Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another Green Square Talks Battlebots prediction podcast. So, I present to you the episode 13 fight card, where my plan is basically the same as all the other prediction videos, share my predictions, and discuss the fight a little bit. So, yeah, we got lots of great matchups here, several more round 4 performances. Some of these a little more critical than others, while others are almost certainly for seeding purposes. So, yeah, lots of big stuff on this fight card, just like what we saw in the previous few episodes. So, yeah, we got many make or break fights in here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start talking about this then. So, leading it off, Emulsifier and Quantum. So, Quantum, I don't think there's really much more to say about Quantum so far. Like, Quantum definitely has a spot in the bracket. Currently 3-0 and maybe 4-0. Might be the first televised 4-0 robot, at least this season. I don't know if they do win this fight, I don't know if they were officially the first 4-0 robot, but they would be one of the they would be one of the first, and definitely the first televised one if they do win this fight. They're up against Emulsifier, who is probably in a must-win situation here. Currently sitting at 1-2. Their two losses were pretty high quality. Those two losses to Fusion and Malice, and then got a relatively solid victory over Banshee. Like, I wouldn't say it was the highest quality victory, but like it was still solid. And yeah. I personally think like Emulsifier could absolutely sneak in at a 1-3 if this is another competitive match if they lost to Quantum, but like I think like definitely I think they would lock up a spot if they managed to win this one. So basically my prediction is going to be Emulsifier for this one. Cuz basically my reasoning being if Emulsifier keeps that front pointed towards Quantum, Quantum is probably going to have a hard time getting a good bite in on Emulsifier, just because they're not going to want to go weapon on weapon. Like the Cooper brothers said, like on this podcast right there are parts within that frame of the robot that like cannot be repaired. So Quantum's probably going to be trying to come out of this one with the least amount of damage possible, especially to lots of those really critical components. So yeah, you kind of get the idea, but yeah, I absolutely see what like in heart I definitely want Quantum to win this one just because like I want to see a non-spinner go 4-0. Like I'd be really happy to see a control bot go 4-0, but yeah, which Quantum in a way it's technically a control bot though. Oh, even though it's got more of a damaging weapon, but regardless, in heart, I really want to see Quantum go 4-0. And I think the way Quantum goes 4-0 here is I think they have the speed and maneuverability advantage here and try to bite on one of those treads, like what Kraken did to Red Devil a couple seasons ago. I think that's Quantum's key to winning, but I think if Emulsifier can drive the fight right and keep that front towards Quantum, maybe do like the uh how do I say that? The sit and spin basically. If they try that strategy, maybe I think they'll go in Emulsifier's favor, and I have Emulsifier taking this one. But I think this will be a banger leadoff fight regardless, because we got two quite destructive in their own ways robots, and yeah, yeah, you get the idea. So let's move on. Gigabyte and Endgame. So this one is going to be a chaotic showdown, I think. Because we got two very nasty spinners. We got a full body spinner and a vertical spinner. There have been fight images released to this one, and the configurations these two robots are using are basically just exactly what I was expecting to see. With Endgame, we're seeing the front wedges that we typically see them use against horizontal spinners, and Gigabyte's using the flat shell for this one, similar to what they used against like Hypershock, Uppercut, and so on. So as for this one, I think this one's gonna be a brutal beating in favor of Endgame here. Like Endgame probably going. I would bet Endgame's gonna try to box rush Gigabyte on this one. Try to keep that full body spinner from getting up to full speed, and maybe try to get them in a short corner for the upper deck. I think Endgame definitely has the advantages regarding that, and I think they definitely have the defenses to be able to take a few hits from Gigabyte's full body spinner if that full body spinner does get up to full speed, which I bet it probably will a couple times, because while I would say the driving has probably been the big weakness of Gigabyte so far this season, it's been improving ever since that free shipping fight, because like it looked quite good in the Star Child fight for the most part, but this is definitely going to be a whole other level of a challenge for the new captains at Gigabyte, and it'll be interesting to see how they do in this one. But I think as soon as Endgame starts getting the upper hand and knocking Gigabyte off balance, I think Endgame's just going to pulverize Gigabyte from there, and I think they're going to win this one by knockout. All right, fight number 3, Shred It Bro and Overhaul. So this is interesting. Like I don't know what's more interesting. The fact that we're not seeing Shredded Bro in the fight 6 slot this time, like, makes me wonder, could we be seeing the full potential of Shredded Bro that we haven't seen, that I don't think we've seen so far this season in this match? Because like I've been saying this ever since the Shredded Bro and Horizon fight, that I don't think we've seen the full potential of Shredded Bro yet. Because like we've seen in their first 2 matchups that drum spinner has a huge amount of power to it, and then the drive, it looked good in their previous 2 matchups, but then not so good in the first one. They're back to the weapon thing. Their weapon died after 1 hit in the previous 2 matches. But yeah, uh, I still think we haven't seen the full potential of Shred It Bro at least. So yeah, talking about this matchup then, Shred It Bro currently sitting at a 1-2 record right now. Definitely in need of a win here, because I don't think they make bracket with a loss. Overhaul must win situation themselves with a 1-2 record. I didn't even share records for Gigabyte and Endgame, but yeah, if I go back to that quick, Gigabyte needs the win to go to bracket. I think Endgame's in regardless if they win or lose, unless if it's a stomping match by Gigabyte. Back to Shredder Bro and Overhaul then. So yeah, like I said, must-win situation for both robots. I think the winner of that probably makes bracket. I think Overhaul definitely makes bracket if they win this one. Shredbro, I'd still be on the bubble as for whether Shredbro makes bracket, but it depends on the quality of this victory if they were to come out on top in this one. But I do think the loser of this fight is not going to make bracket, unfortunately. So so basically, yes, this is a critical fight for both robots, basically. So as for this one, like, while I do think this could be the fight where we finally see the full potential of Shredder Bro, I'm still not confident in that. So I'm going Overhaul on this one. Like, I really want to see Shredder Bro prove me wrong, because I think Shredder Bro definitely has the potential to do some to make some serious noise, at least when that robot's working at 100%, which it just hasn't been so far. So yeah, I think like definitely what's gonna happen here is either Shred Bro is gonna work like what I'm talking about here, and they're gonna shred Overhaul in this one, or if Overhaul can box rush Shred Bro, prevent the drum spinner from getting to full speed like Lucky did, or if something else happens reliability wise to Shred It Bro, like what we've been seeing in those previous few matchups, Overhaul is gonna win it by controlling the match, and like those first round gremlins that have been going on are, yeah, partly why I'm going Overhaul for this one. So yeah, but I am looking forward to this one, and like I think this is a battle between 2 pretty solid underdogs for this one, at least for the nut. 2 underdogs that could definitely make some noise. So all right, let's move on to the Midway Major, Rotator and Fusion, and this is probably the fight on the fight card that I am the most looking forward to in this one. The reason why I'm really looking forward to this one is because this is like a configuration war, basically. Like, it's not really that these two are, well, Rotator's kind of interchangeable, but the idea is both robots have like 2 weapons. And it's like, yeah, because like Rotator's got the horizontal spinner on one side, and then they got either plow, wedgelets, the butt backside, or whatever you call that, from what they use against Captain Shredder the first time. Uh, yeah, and then Fusion's got a horizontal spinner and a vertical spinner. So, yeah, this one is gonna come down to like I yeah, this one's gonna come down to who can drive the match better, and also could come down to what rotator it's going with. I think based on the hype video that Waiachi posted recently, I think Rotator's got forks for this one, but they look like more like the forks that they used against Sawblaze, Deathroll, Bombshell from the 2019 season. Making me wonder, are they like better armored forks, kind of? Like better able to take impacts, because like if they came with the regular forks, Fusion would probably slice those things right off with the horizontal spinner and maybe the vertical spinner too. So I think that's what Rotator's going with based on the hype video, and then Fusion's just going with probably the same exact thing. And yeah, you kind of get the idea. So like I said already, I think whoever wins this match is going to be the one that drives the match better. And I would probably lean towards Rotator on that because I do think Victor is the better driver between the two of them. But I am kind of going to go against that a little bit because I'm actually going to predict Fusion for this one. So I think Fusion kind of has the advantage in weapon choices here for this one because like I think basically, I think Fusion can do more with the fact that there are the two weapons they have than what Rotator can do with the two weapons they have. But it depends on like it's gonna really come down to driving, basically, like who can get the right matchup they want. Because like Fusion Fusion can defend against Rotator's horizontal spinner with their vertical spinner, and then they can defend against the Forks with Fusion's vertical spinner. So it's going to come down to like who can win that configuration war basically. It's like Jackpot and Rotator all over again from their first showdown where yeah, we saw exchanges between Jackpot's vert and Rotator's there's horizontal. We saw we saw some challenges between the butt plow and Rotator's forks. You get the idea. So yeah, I think the only other edge I could really give Rotator in this one, exactly, other than the driving game here, is the fact that like Rotator's definitely been having some problems reliability wise in this one, but they could also count on the fact that Baby Fusion could could still possibly catch fire in this one. Of course, we did see Fusion survive a battery fire in their first match with Emulsifier, but that's something that absolutely could go in Rotator's favor if that's the case. So yeah, I'm expecting a lot of heavy hits from these two robots in this one, and I think this is going to be a phenomenal fight. And knocking on wood right now, but yeah, this is probably another must-win situation because both robots are currently sitting at 1-2 right now. I'd be a little more if both of these robots were at 1-3. I'd probably lean more towards accepting Fusion because of Fusion's first two fights, because those two fights were dominant, and Rotators kind of had two kind of messy losses and then that solid win over Jackpot. But from the sounds of it from the Waiachi crew after the episode review podcast, like it sounds like Rotator's going to be at 100% on this one. So yeah, I think this could go either way regardless, and I think whoever wins this one will almost certainly make bracket. Whoever loses this one, if it's a competitive match, like I'm very confident that Fusion could well, I'm more confident that Fusion could sneak in a 1-3. I could see Rotator sneaking in at a 1-3 if it's a competitive match, but we'll see. Regardless, I think this is a must-win situation, and winner makes bracket. Losing robots probably gonna be in the waiting game. Might make bracket. You get the idea. All right, Scorpios and Ribbot is fight number 5 here, and I don't think I've seen any fight images for this one yet, so I don't know what Ribbot's going with. I don't know what Scorpios is going with either. If I took a guess though, I bet Scorpios probably goes for. I would probably bet. Actually, regardless, I think Scorpios goes with the T-Rex blade for their spinner. I don't know what they'd go with for their front armor. If they'd go with like the classic front armor configuration that they use against like Big Dill, or if they might go for the magnetic front right there, like what they use against Jackpot and Sawblaze for this one. And then with Ribbot, I personally expect them to go with the vertical spinner for this one. I could see them go with the undercutter as well, just for the better maneuverability and better control. But I think the vertical spinner is probably be the wiser option when taking on like a possibly ground game opponent like Scorpios, but we'll see. I think either of them would be a fine choice. So with this one is a driving match for sure, because both robots definitely have the knockout power, but both these robots tend to go, I think, for more for like control, kind of, if you get the idea. I think this one's kind of gonna go. I think this match is gonna go a lot like Scorpios and Big Dill did, but minus like the Big Dill dying randomly part. So that's kind of how I kind of see this fight going. I think I'm going to lean towards Ribbot on this one because I think if they do go with the vertical spinner, I think they got potential to just keep knocking Scorpios off balance with their spinner, and definitely I would probably bet Ribbot by judge's decision on this one because I think both robots have the durability to tank a bunch of hits from the other, and I think this should be a pretty awesome back and forth fight. So as of standings right now, I think Scorpios is in a pretty good spot to make bracket right now. They're currently sitting at 2-1 with two solid victories and then a disappointing loss of Sawblaze, but like they used the overkill blade. That was awesome to see. Like it was awesome to see them use the overkill blade, no matter how much people might have disagreed with that configuration. Then with Ribbot, definitely a must win without a doubt. They don't make bracket if they don't win this fight. They they probably still are on the bubble even if they do win this match, just because they're currently sitting at 0-3 right now, and they might sneak in because their strength of schedule has been major this year. Because like Witch Doctor is currently undefeated right now, coming into that fourth match. Claw Viper might have suffered a loss in the last episode, but Claw Viper's been looking awesome this year. And then Jackpot might be a 2-2, but Jackpot's been looking great too. And Scorpios is another big opponent. So Ribeye has had a heck of a hard schedule this season. So I could like, and they have put up some solid. They did put up a solid fight, especially in the Jackpot fight, and somewhat in the Claw Viper fight too, because they had a couple moments in there. But yeah, like that quality of performance and their high strength of schedule might be enough for them to sneak in if they get a quality victory here against Scorpios, but we'll see. So let's move on to fight number 6 then. I'm going Ribbot for that one, as I think I said already. Okay, 2 episodes in a row where we're getting to see Dragon King. Very exciting stuff, and absolutely looking forward to seeing Dragon King once again after it came off of a pretty solid victory over Doomba, and then they're fighting Terrortops, who got a very quick victory over Slammo, and we recently saw it partake in Robo games, and where it did an awesome job there. So all right, so as for this one, pretty straightforward. I think Terratops is probably gonna have this one. I worry about how well Dragon King's gonna be able to do against like robot designed like this. Like I think vertical spinners are probably a very big weakness of Terratop, or very big weakness of Dragon Kings right now, and I'm personally gonna expect a quick KO here for Terratops, because I'm not sure how well armored Dragon King is exactly, and like I think it could absolutely take the hits like Red Devil could back in 2018 when it last competed, but like I think Terratops wins this one just on design advantage, but like if Zack Lytle wins the driving match, like I could absolutely see them pulling this off too, because I'm also not sure how well armored Terratops is on top. So, but I am still going to be going Terratops to this one because I think Terratops has the design advantage and will get the upper hand very early in this one. All right, enough of that one. Let's talk about the main event. So, Copperhead and Ripperoni. I'm excited for this one because originally I was like having mid-tier thoughts about this one, but now I'm really hyped for it because both robots have been looking awesome this season. Copperhead is currently at 3-0, and this is probably the biggest test for Copperhead so far, because while their quality of victories have been amazing so far, strength of schedule probably hasn't been like it's been decent because they fought Bloodsport and got a very quick victory there, and Triton and Kraken are yeah, reasonable opponents as well. But Ripperoni has been looking awesome too. Ripperoni's currently sitting at 2-1. They might have started off with a disappointing loss to Gruff, but then they had two like bounce back victories, like especially that one over Endgame, and then followed that with a dominant win over Hijinks. So definitely gonna be a big test for Copperhead here, and this should be exciting to see how well Ripperoni can take it to another veteran robot like Copperhead. As for this one, my prediction in heart, I really want to see Ripperoni win this one. But I'm going Copperhead on this one. I think Copperhead has the ground game advantage, and I think Copperhead's going to get the upper hand very early in this one. I think the big way I kind of see Ripperoni winning this one, I think it's possibly them outlasting Copperhead here, because Copperhead has been known for having drive problems, at least in some of their matches, at some of their previous matches, and but you never know. Like Ripperoni could also win lots of these weapon on weapon exchanges, and if they do that, they'll probably win. They'll probably be able to knock Copperhead off balance and just keep pulverizing them from there with a vert, and that'd probably do it for them. But sadly, like I like the ground game of Copperhead because it's been great ever since their first season in Battlebots, and I think they'll get underneath the wedge of Ripperoni or whatever front configuration they go with for this match. But yeah, it should be exciting regardless. I'm looking forward to this match, and yeah, I think it'll be a good fight and hopefully a really back and forth match because like I'm personally expecting a really competitive and possibly highly back and forth showdown here. It just should be exciting. So, all right then, let's go ahead and review predictions. Alright, so here are my predictions for this one where I'm going Emulsifier, Endgame, Overhaul, Rotator, Ribbot, Terrortops, and Copperhead. But then in heart, I want to be wrong about the first and the last matchup, even though I don't think they'll win. Because I want to see Quantum and Ripperoni win those two matchups. But yeah, so yeah, they'll probably do it for this one. Like I said early in the podcast, definitely a lot of critical matchups here and several make or break showdowns between these robots on the card. So yeah, that'll do it for this podcast. So thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe as usual, and comment down below your predictions. Always love hearing what you all have to say about that and hearing some of your thoughts on the upcoming matchups. It's always awesome to see the YouTube comment section and see what you all are thinking about this one and all these other fight cards. So, yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.